Hello, good evening my warriors. Welcome to session number 3 of Vectors. So all those who are studying in 11th standard and preparing for JEE 2023, we have started the Nurture series for all of you, which is a long-term course on your favorite YouTube channel, and that is JEE Enthuse. So all this with me, Shreyas, your master teacher for physics at Vedantu going live. Let me know guys if I'm loud and clear, if I'm visible. Do let me know in the chat box. Hi VK, hi Kirti, Praveen, Suchi, Selvakumar, hello Sai, hello Yashasvi, Praveen, Shazan. Welcome aboard, welcome. This is Shreyas here. And guys, I have been teaching for a very long time, and I have been in Vedantu also for a very long time, and I have the experience of offline as well as online. And right now I feel, me being in Vedantu and me being on YouTube is very crucial for not just me but also for you, because now I'm able to reach out to thousands of students out here, and especially those students who want to study in English. There were not many channels which teach in English, and I'm really proud that we started this channel. And thank you everyone for making us grow till 43k subscribers, and I'm pretty sure we'll reach 50 also very soon, because of only your love and support, and because you're constantly sharing our videos, you're constantly loving our videos, you're commenting on our videos. Thank you so much guys, and we'll grow with you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to crack the examination, and you're going to be one of those students who I'm going to talk about in the future, who are in IITs, who are in NITs, and whom I have mentored on this channel as well. Very good, Gautam. That's a very good decision. Excelente. Renu, it depends on which book you are referring to. But the thing is, the order for JEE syllabus and CBSE syllabus is slightly different. But at the end of the day, you will be covering everything, so don't have to worry about it. So, hi Pushpanjali, hi Sheikh, hi Aditi. Welcome aboard. After this chapter, yes, we are going to start with kinematics. Now, one thing I want you guys to be absolutely clear. See, till 10th standard, what used to happen? Chapter 1, teacher is also teaching chapter 1. Chapter 2, teacher is also teaching chapter 2. Correct? But in 11th and 12th, do not expect that. You have something called as a reference book. Now, there are many authors. There is H.C. Verma, there is D.C. Pandey, there is NCERT, there is, many books, Jagdamba, there is Pradeep, there is TMH and all that. So every book might have different order. Every book might have different chapter names. Some might just call it motion in a plane. Some might just call it 2D kinematics. Somebody might call it projectile motion. Somebody might include vectors in kinematics. So guys, that's the thing in 11th and 12th. So understand, there is no defined textbook apart from NCERT, which is useful for CBSE. But for JEE, please understand, we'll be covering everything, but the chapter names might not exactly match as it would in your 9th or 10th. So you need to get over your 10th standard that way. I hope that is fine. You need to manually check which topics are over, which chapters are over, but it's not so difficult. I'm pretty sure you have passed 10th standard. You know which topic is over, which topic is not, by looking at the lecture flow and all those things out there. Okay. Yes. So good evening everyone, and by the way, this is the schedule for this week, and I hope you have hit the like button. Before we go ahead, please hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button also out there. Now look at this timetable. So we start with vector resolution and subtraction today. Tomorrow is for the 2021 students, that's in optical instruments. Dot and vector product on Wednesday, okay, Wednesday. And then advanced questions, that's for 12th standard on current electricity. Advanced questions for you guys. So guys, are you prepared? Do you think you can crack all these advanced questions? And there is going to be a Menti quiz as well on vectors. So we're going to discuss some advanced questions and then a Menti quiz. That's what we are going to do. So guys, when we teach, we are going to teach you all the basic stuff. We are going to teach you the fundamentals. We are going to teach you the concepts. We are going to teach you mains and how to solve those easy advanced problems. But then we are going to have these special sessions just dedicated for all of you for those difficult ones, those higher order thinking problems after every chapter. So that's the first advanced session that you're going to have with me, and a special session for all of you on Saturday. Okay, so keep all these things in mind. And for those of you who are very new to Vedantu and who are very new to the channel, well, Vedantu is nothing but not just another online edutech. In fact, it's much more than that. The reason is, you can see the results out here. There are more than almost like 600 to 700 students who have got more than 90 percentile in the last JEE Mains examination. There are so many students who have got 100 percentile, yes, 100 percentile in individual subjects, and already 1 in 2 Vedantu students has roughly qualified for JEE Advanced examination. Now, these results are something which is unheard of. It's unprecedented on an online platform. Not just that, many of the offline coaching institutes also do not have such amazing ratio. When you talk about 1:2 ratio, I mean, I don't know of many coaching institutes which can do that. Not just this. In fact, at Vedantu, we also give you a promise, which is called as the Vedantu Improvement Promise. So once you're in the pro subscription, we guarantee you the rank improvement. We take the responsibility that your rank right now is here, your scores are here, you will be here by the end of the course. And if you fail, if you do not improve, then we give you the entire fees back, no questions asked. And that's Vedantu Improvement Promise. So guys, all of this is in a part of the Vedantu subscription, the 3 versions, the Lite, the Classic and Plus. Very much self-explanatory with all the live classes, the doubt solving, the material and all that. All the packages are there in the description box. You can check out our description box below, and you can also use the coupon code SHHPRO to get more discount. Now, if you have any doubts on this, please let me know. You can ping me on my Instagram handle, and that is Shreyas_Vedantu. So ping me on my Instagram handle or leave a comment below, and definitely I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay, so that's Vedantu's subscription. Let's get going to our first question. Let's see how many of you can do this. Okay. Oh, Avdesh, definitely we will have a session where you know more about me for sure. Definitely. Hi Ankit. Hi Enthuse FC. Don't worry, Enthuse FC. The chats are not so rapid also. Okay, don't worry. Hello Lipika. Welcome aboard. Yes, Laksha Prasadan. 1 year is enough, but you need double the effort because there are students preparing for 2 years, so you need a lot of effort. Okay, cool. So does this lecture have anything to do with the addition lecture? Because I couldn't attend it. Yes, Mridul, if you do not know addition, you cannot learn subtraction. It's just like in your normal day-to-day life. If you don't know how to add numbers, you won't know how to subtract them either, right? So I would advise, please watch the addition lectures quickly, and then you can watch this lecture as well. Well, a lot of you are saying 10. Well guys, the answer is not 10. Praveen will be completing the syllabus by maybe October or November. Anyways, the entire schedule has been shifted by few months because of COVID. So don't worry, the entire academic year will be pushed by few months for the next 1-2 years, I guess. So don't have to worry. Just follow my lead, have trust on me, and I'm going to complete it. Okay. So guys, a lot of you said 10. Well, the answer is not 10. The answer is -10. Remember, the word change. Okay, change means how much is the difference between the final and the original value. So it's always the difference between the final minus the initial or the original value. Now the final value of the speed is 30, original value is 40. So guys, the change is -10. Yes, the minus sign, remember, whenever it is minus, it means decreases. It just means decreases. And if it is plus, that means it has increased or it increases. So that's the meaning of that. Yeah, a lot of you miss that minus sign. And if it is 0, well, if it is 0, then obviously it means no change. Now you might be wondering why we are talking about this. Probably some of you would have guessed there is a minus sign here. That's why we are talking about this problem, because our today's topic is itself vector subtraction. But is speed a vector or a scalar? Come on guys, answer in the chat box. Hi Asai Niket, welcome. Please guys, do not spam. Yes, I can read all your chats. So what do you think? Is speed a vector or a scalar? It's a, yes, it's a scalar, right? Yep, it's scalar. Now, you don't have to worry about the directions. If I ask you change in mass, you just subtract final mass and initial mass, you get the answer. But what if it was asked what is the change in velocity, and the question has been changed slightly. Look at that. The car is going this way towards east, and then it turns towards its right and moves towards its south with a new speed of 30. Now the question is, what is the change in velocity? And please keep this in mind, velocity is a vector quantity. That means it's not going to be easy. I don't know how to do it. Let's figure this out. Okay, let's figure it out. Hi Nia, welcome aboard. Yep. So guys, are you now ready to see how do we exactly subtract vectors? Are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, please type yo in the chat box. Type some hearts or put a V symbol, and also do not forget to hit the like button in case you have forgotten to do so. Okay, so let's do this. Yo, let's do this. Now, think about it. Velocity, force, momentum, acceleration, these are all vector quantities. And if they change, and I want to find out how much did this vector quantity change, how are we going to do it? We are going to stick to our definition. Change in a vector should be similar to change in a scalar, just that direction should be accounted for. That means the change in the vector is going to be your final vector quantity minus initial vector quantity. You can see vector subtraction, minus sign over here. Now it's final minus initial always. Remember, instead of writing in words, you can always write this symbolically. Yes, you can use symbols. And what is the symbol for change? The symbol for change is delta. Delta means change. If I ask you, what's your delta? That means what's your change? Has your looks changed? Is there any delta in your look? That means have your looks changed? Have you become fatter? Have you become thinner? Have you grown taller? So that's the meaning of delta, which means change. And delta V bar, that means change in the vector, will be final vector. Please understand this F is below, it's in the subscript, not with it. It's a subscript, it's just symbolic. Minus Vi, which stands for the initial vector. That's the way you define it. Yep. Don't worry, Lakshya Prasadam, I've heard you, it's all there. Look at this. Change in vector is final minus initial. All this is going to come in the PDF. And yes, remember the PDF is going to be there in the description box later on and also in the Telegram group. Yes, so that's the way you define it. Please note these are bold symbols, and if you cannot make out that this is bold, okay, let me also put a bar over here so that you know it's actually a vector quantity. Yes, I hope this is clear. Now, fine. Okay, this is how we define change in a vector. How do we exactly calculate it? Now, how do we exactly, subtract the vectors? You will be surprised if I make you recollect your olden days, school days, and remember one thing, whenever you subtract a number, actually you are adding a negative number. So when I say 5 minus 3, it means 5 plus negative number 3. I hope you agree with this. Yeah, everybody agrees with this? 5 minus 3 is nothing but 5 plus negative of 3, and that's the exact technique we are going to use out here. So vector subtraction, vector subtraction is nothing but vector addition, guys. Yes, it's nothing but vector addition. Just that you need to add the negative of a vector. It's nothing but addition of a negative of a vector, just like I told you about that 5 minus 3 numerical example that I just spoke about. So for example, if I say A bar minus B bar, it's nothing but A bar plus negative of B bar. That's it. It's vector addition. Hi Shekzan, welcome aboard. Yes, definitely serious. Concentrate now. So A bar minus B bar is nothing but A bar plus negative of B bar. So similarly, if I tell you what is B vector minus A vector, okay, that's simple. That's B vector plus, look at this, minus A. So that's why I'll put negative of A vector. So you take that vector. How do you take a negative of a vector? Flip it. Same magnitude, flip it and add it just like you normally do, which we have seen in our previous class. Just like you add your vectors, just add it. So vector subtraction is nothing but addition of a negative vector, nothing more, nothing less. But keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, it is not commutative. Commutative means when you change the order, the final outcome, okay, when the final outcome, okay, it remains the same. So if you change the order, the final outcome remains the same, then it is said to be commutative. Now if it is not commutative, that means when you change the order, the final outcome will also change, just like this over here. A minus B is not the same as B minus A. Yep. So addition, yes, addition is commutative, but subtraction is not commutative. You can very well see that A minus B is not the same as B minus A. You are subtracting a completely different vector out there. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Now, since we just saw that, subtraction is nothing but addition of vectors, I hope you see that all the 4 methods that we have seen last lecture for vector addition are still applicable for subtraction, namely the geometrical method. Remember the 2 geometrical methods we have seen? One is the polygon or the triangle law, and the second one was the, parallelogram law. Both methods are valid. Yes, both methods are valid. Let me just show you an example. Look at this. This is A vector, this is B vector. Just let's do this. This is A vector and I have B vector. I want to subtract and I want to find out what is A bar minus B bar. Now A minus B is nothing but A vector plus negative of B vector. So what I need to do is take the negative of B. Yes, the negative of B is going to be like that. It's going to be like this. Think about it. Negative of B is going to be flipped. Now you just need to add this vector and this vector, and we all know how we can do that. Take this vector and put it over here. Yes, just put this minus B vector over here. That's all I have done. So this B vector, I flipped it and placed it over here. Now it's just like adding 2 vectors. So this one is nothing but A vector minus B vector. That's it. Is that clear? Is that clear? Everybody clear? Guys, concentrate. Do not worry about 12th standard exams. It's not for you guys. I mean, please concentrate. I mean, you are 11th standard kids out there. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, wait. I just got it. I just got the news too. But I know you guys are in 11th standard, but for all the 12th standard students, we declare this officially. No CBSE class 12th exams this year. My God, what a breaking news we got during this class. I thought you guys were spamming or something, but yes, it is actually cancelled. Yes, Diksha, thank you. Who broke the news? I don't know, Study with Arnav, or was it somebody else? I'm not sure. Yes, that's the breaking news, guys. 12th CBSE exam has been cancelled. Yeah, but JEE exam isn't. So you need to study for JEE, and I hope you guys too are studying for JEE 2023. Yo. Look at the party, look at the party, look at the fire, look at the yos out there. Well, you guys are really happy for your seniors, or maybe you are just jealous of your seniors. I'm not sure. Yep. Okay. So anyways, guys, you 11th standard kids are too lucky because you just skipped your 10th standard exams. Didn't you? Yeah, your exams just got cancelled, right? So I'm pretty sure you already had one party now. So yeah, I am understanding that you definitely empathize with those 12th standard kids who just got to know that their exams have been cancelled out there. Okay, thank you, Selva Kumar. Oh, thank you, Avdesh. All right. Now, my point is, you have realized this by now, that you have a vector A and let's say another vector like this. This is B vector. And if I want to find out B vector minus A vector, this is B plus negative A. So take this A, flip it. This is minus A. Yes, this is minus A. Now put it over here. This is minus A. Use triangle law and you will see this one over here is B minus A vector. You can see it's very simple via geometry, no headache. If you know addition, you know subtraction also very easily. Okay, very clear? Is this clear? Everyone clear about this? Sir, in Tattva, should I also solve examples? Yes, Chaitanya, obviously. Okay. Okay. Yes, Mrudul. I have just started with geometrical method. I'm revising, recapping all the methods of vector addition, which is useful in subtraction. Now, the two ways in which you can subtract vector using analytical algebraic methods. Number one, this is the algebraic method. Remember, there was a formula in addition. A square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta is the net resultant. Do you remember that formula? In subtraction, just put a minus sign. That's the only change. So the resultant is root of a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. That's the only change. Instead of plus, there is a minus, nothing else. Now, in the end, I showed you the unitary method of adding, the unit vector notation method of adding. Something I cap, something j cap, something I cap, something j cap. If you want to add the vectors, I will add with I, j will add with j. Remember that? Now think about it. When you want to subtract, what will you do? Oh, that's simple. If you have two vectors and you want to subtract them, a vector minus b vector, just subtract, just subtract the x components, just subtract the y components, just subtract the z components. Meaning, for example, you have 2i cap plus 3j cap, okay, minus, I don't know, something, I cap minus, I don't know, 2j cap. So you want to find what is the subtraction of these two vectors. Just subtract the i's individually. 2i minus I is nothing but I cap. Yes, that's just I cap. 3 minus minus 2 will be plus, so it will be plus 5j cap. So that's the answer when you subtract them. As simple as that. Yo. Yeah. Be careful, Sangeeta. There is a minus sign. Minus and minus will become plus. I hope you realize this. So 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus minus 2 is 3 plus 2, which is 5. Be careful about it. Yes. Jayavant, I, J, K are nothing but unit vectors in x, y, z. In x, if you go 1 unit, it is I cap. In y, it is 1j cap. In in z, it is k cap. So when I say 2i, 3j, it means you go 2 units in x and 3 units in y. So that is our vector. That's how you represent it. Okay, that's the brief way of telling it. Okay, here's your first question on vector subtraction for all of you. Please note the arrow marks. Note the arrow marks. Okay. Okay. Great. So yes, guys, all the 12th standard kids, the 12th standard board examination has been cancelled. If you're joining in late, I just broke the news sometime back. Some of our lovely students told me that, you know, the examination is cancelled and they were very happy about their seniors, or maybe they themselves were 12th standard students. Okay, let's see. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you, Subhash. I love you too. Yes, Dawson is very happy. Okay. And it's okay. No, you now don't have to worry about boards, because no point of pre-boards. Okay, most of you guys are wrong, by the way. Most of you guys are wrong. The answer is C. Okay, be careful. Yes, most of you said A. Very few people I am seeing said C. Only one option was correct, by the way. Now, why is this option correct? Look at this. This is A vector. You can see the arrow mark very clearly. The arrow mark, okay, is over here. For the B vector, check where the arrow mark is. The arrow mark is over here. But the question is A vector minus B vector, which means A vector plus negative of B vector. So when you flip this vector, flip the B vector, look at it, what will happen? This will be minus B vector. This will be minus B vector. So A vector plus this negative vector will give you that blue vector A minus B. Tail to head, tail, head, tail, head, tail to head. That's what you get. I hope you got it. Yep. Now, why is this wrong? Guys, if you see this, B vector is here. So negative of B vector, yep, negative of B vector will be here. You cannot add them. You cannot add them like this. You need to shift it over here. Yes, you need to shift that negative b vector over here. Now you can add a vector minus b vector is going to give you, yes, is going to give you, where did it go? Yes, yeah, a vector minus b vector is going to give you a minus b. So this is where a minus b is. This is not a minus b. This is wrong. So hence a option was wrong. Yep. Okay. I hope this is clear. Let's go to the next question. Yes, Ashi, I know both exams are cancelled. Yes, exactly. I told you start from the tail, you go to the head areas, not head, tail. So I just said you need to keep it in order. So if you start with something, you need to make sure the alternate thing comes one after the other. That's all. Yes, that's all. Oh, Vamsi, it will start very soon. Don't worry. Okay, let's see how to solve this question coming up on your screen. Which of the following vectors are AB minus OB? This is a regular hexagon. Come on, guys. Think about it. Come on. Use the properties of a regular hexagon. All sides are equal. All angles are symmetric. Come on. All of them are going to be equilateral triangles. AB. Where is AB? AB vector is here. OB. OB is there. Now, can I not just write this as AB vector minus negative? Okay, think about it. OB is negative of BO. Think about it. Do you guys agree with this? OB vector is negative of BO vector. I hope everybody agrees with this. Now, minus minus becomes plus. So it will become AB vector plus, minus minus is plus BO vector. Where is BO? BO is over here. AB plus BO. What is it going to give you? What is it going to give you? Triangle law of vector addition is just going to give you this vector over here, which is nothing but AO vector. Everybody clear? Excellent. A lot of you miss the alphabets order. If you write OA, that is a wrong answer. Please understand that. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go to the next part. OC minus DC minus OA. Okay, OC minus DC minus OA. Here's what I'm going to do. I can write this as OC vector minus, now DC, can I write it as negative of CD vector? Think about it. It's DC is negative of CD vector, correct? And last one, OA, I can write it as negative of AO vector. It's a negative vector, right? Now, let's see what happens. Minus minus is plus. So, OC vector plus CD vector. And minus minus is plus. So, again, AO vector. Now, OC, CD, AO. I can change the order. The final answer won't change because vector addition, in vector addition, the order does not matter. Which vector you add first. So, hence, let me put this here first. Why? Because after O, I start with O. Head, tail, head, or tail, head, like that. So, A, O, I end with O, so I start with O and end with C. I start with C and I end with D. So, AO plus OC plus CD. AO plus OC plus CD. Look at that. AO plus OC plus CD. What are you going to get? You are going to get A to D directly. You are going to get A to D vector. A point to D point. Yes, exactly. And if you want, you can write this AD as twice AO. You can write it as twice AO or twice of OD. Both are the same things. All these three are similar things. A to D is twice of AO or twice of OD. One and the same thing. Everybody clear? Everybody clear about this? Understood? Well, it's not tough, Avidesh. If you think about it logically, you will get it. I mean, there are only two things. The ordering matters. So, whenever I have OB or any vector, first alphabet, second alphabet, when I flip the alphabets, I should put a minus sign. That's number one. Number two, you can see when you have them in order, like A, B, B, O, all right, where it ends, the next vector starts. I can combine those two alphabets together and the only two alphabets which will be remaining are the ends. Same thing over here. AO, OC, CD. So O's have gone, C's have gone, only A and D will be left. That's how it is. Yes. Welcome Thalavati Adi. Yep. Yes. Welcome aboard. So those are the answers, guys. Let's going to the next type of questions. And here is your next question coming up on your screen. Okay. Yes, Shubhankar, we know that. Yo, Balaji. Yes, clear, says Jayavant. Okay, glad you understood Avdesh now. Okay. Hey, Linen, many happy returns of the day and have a great time and have a great year ahead. Yes, God bless you, Linen. Okay, let's see how many of you get this. Yes, this is very simple. I mean, yeah, many of you would have got it. Now, should I show you two ways of doing the same problem? Well, I will show you. And I feel that is very important because it will show you different ways of looking at the same problem. Now, a lot of people ask me, sir, I'm not able to solve numericals. Sir, what to do? How to approach problems? I'm not able to think. Guys, whenever you solve problems, try and solve problems via different ways. This is just an example to show you that. Now, the magnitude of a plus b, okay, the LHS will be a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, correct? And on the right hand side, it's vector subtraction. So it's a square plus b square minus 2ab cos theta. I have told you this formula just some time back. You can see a square b square gets cancelled. Bring this term on the other side. What will you get? 4ab cos theta is equal to 0. That means cos theta is equal to 0 because 4 and a and b are not 0. That means theta is 90 degrees, which is exactly option D. This is one way of doing it. Yeah, this is one way of doing it. Next way, the second way of doing it, I'll show that as well. This is one way. Okay, you can see this is the pure algebraic way. The other way of doing it is geometrically. A vector, let's say, is over here. B vector, let's say, is over here. Okay, this is B vector. Now, negative of B vector will be exactly over here. This is minus B, A, minus B. So, this one will be A vector plus B vector, A vector plus B vector, and this will be A minus B. You can see that. This is nothing but A vector minus B vector. According to the question, both this and this magnitude wise are same. That means this side is equal to this side. If these two black sides are equal, isn't it an isosceles triangle? Isn't it an isosceles triangle, guys? Everybody agrees because this side is equal to this side. Everybody sees that. And the next thing that I see is this is B, this is minus B. So in fact, this side and this side, okay, this side and this side are also equal. So can I say this is actually the median? It's the median of this isosceles triangle. Is the median of this isosceles triangle. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. No problem, Rajesh. I hope this is clear. Yep, guys, make sure you don't spam out here. Now, yeah. Now think about it. In an isosceles triangle, the median is also the altitude. That's the property. For an isosceles triangle, this median is also the altitude. Yes, that's a property of an isosceles triangle. That means if it is an altitude, what does it mean? This angle is actually 90. This angle is also 90. It doesn't look 90 because I've drawn it like that, but it is actually 90 degrees. I hope this is clear. Yep. So Kalyani, I feel you're watching the video on a lower resolution. In YouTube, there is an option to increase the resolution. So please watch it at higher resolution, at least in 480p. Yep, Yuraj, the examination has been cancelled. I know that. Yep. Okay, chalo, let's get going to the next question. Yep, beautiful. Yes, great. Now, remember that question which we just were trying to solve. I had asked you that time, and the question was to figure out the change in velocity. The car was going here, now it goes here. I want to figure out what is the change in velocity. Very easy way. Let's do this. First things first. Let's assume something as x and something as y. Okay, so let's assume this as x-axis, this as your y-axis. So east is x, north is y, west is negative x, south is negative y. Okay, just a sign convention. Now think and tell me, what is the initial velocity of the car in I cap and j cap? In terms of I cap and j cap, what do you think is the initial velocity of the car? Come on guys, think about it. Come on. Come on, think about it. RK Rider, this is 11th standard class. Yes, 30 I cap. Wrong. The car is traveling at 40 meters per second. So answer is 40 I cap. Yes, the initial velocity is 40 I cap. Be careful about it. Yes, 40 meters per second is the initial velocity and it is going in that direction, that's east. Keep that in mind. Now, what is the final velocity? What is the final velocity? That is 30, but in the negative y direction. That's why minus 30 j cap. Correcto? Everybody clear? Now, the real question is, what is the change in velocity? By definition, it is final minus initial velocity. That means it should be minus 30 j cap minus 40 I cap. But usually we put I cap first and j cap later on. So hence the answer is minus 40 I cap minus 30 j cap. That's the change in velocity. If you want to look at how it looks like, where is it approximately? Well. So minus 40 I means somewhere here. Minus 30 j means downwards. So the delta v vector will be here. So it's going to be somewhere like this, guys. This is where delta v is going to be. Yes, this is where delta v is going to be. So is it somewhere in the southwest direction? Is it somewhere in the southwest direction? And what will be the magnitude of this delta v, guys? If I ask you what is the magnitude, what is the length of this vector? Come on, answer in the chat box. Yep. Come on, think about it. What is the magnitude of this vector? You should be able to do this within 10 seconds. Come on, I'm waiting for all your answers. Come on. Yep, correct, Mridul. It is 50. 40 square plus 30 square. The magnitude using Pythagoras. 40 square plus 30 square is root, which is going to be 50 meters per second. So that is the answer. Javelin, we already know that. Don't spam. No, it is not 70. Guys, don't add 40 and 30 and write it as 70. That is stupidity. Please don't do that. Magnitude is this square plus this square's root. I have told you, explained you all this last lecture. Do not forget it. No, it's not minus 50. It is plus 50. Remember, there is a modulus symbol. Yes, magnitudes are always positive. Modulus of any number is positive. Keep this in mind. So it's always going to be plus 50. That's the answer. Everybody understood how to solve these kind of questions? Now, if I give you any velocity or any vector, and if I ask you find the change, this is the method you're going to use. So minus 40 I cap, minus 30 j cap. Great. Yeah. No, Bharat, it is not minus 50. Be careful. Everybody clear till this point? Shall we go to one more problem? Yep. Shall we go to one more problem? And there we go. Okay. Now look at this problem. The vector with the endpoint 4, minus 4, 0. These are coordinates. And minus 2, minus 2, 0 must be how much in length? How much will be the length of that vector? Yes, Guna Vamsi, I'm going to complete the entire 11th standard syllabus. Please read the scrolling text out there, and this is the nurture series. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. Now the way to solve these kind of questions is very simple. I'll give you a trick. Okay, don't have to apply geometry and 3D visualization. Don't do anything like that. Think of this as initial point. Think of this as final point. Guys, these coordinates will be somewhere. Initial coordinates will be somewhere. Final coordinates will be somewhere. So when you go from initial to final, what is that line called? That is called as displacement. Isn't it? When you go from one point, initial point, to some coordinate, new coordinate, that ray, that line segment is called as the displacement. And what is displacement, guys? Change in the position. Change in the position. So displacement is change in position. Remember this line. That means it is final position minus initial position. That's it. So use this. final position minus initial position. What is the final position? Minus 2 I cap minus 2 j cap. What is the initial position? 4 I cap minus 4 j cap. So now just subtract the two. That's it. So minus 2 minus 4, how much is it? It's going to be minus 6 I cap. Is that clear? Minus 2 minus 4. And this is minus minus is plus. Minus 2 plus 4 is going to be plus 2 j cap. Now this is the vector. This is the displacement vector. That's the vector. So just take the modulus of that. Just take the modulus of that. Yep. What will be the modulus of this? It's going to be root of 6 square plus 2 square, which is root 40, which is 2 root 10. That's the answer, option D. So whenever you are given 2 points and you are asked what is the length between them, just treat them like 2 vectors, something I, something j, something I, something j, and subtract them. That's it. That's going to give you the vector joining the initial and the final point, or those 2 points. Is this clear? Yep. Is this clear, everyone? Yes. Yes, Saurabh, I know that. I know that. Yep, I know that. Okay, great. So are you guys now little bit more confident about vector subtraction? Yeah, that's the answer. Are you guys now a little bit more confident about vector subtraction? Shall we now go to vector resolution? Because that's the last part of today's lecture. Yep, that's vector resolution. That's the next thing. So guys, follow the order which I give you on this channel. Trust me, you will understand things in the simplest possible way. I have been teaching for the last 10 to 12 years and I know which order is the best for the students. I know what should be taught after what. Okay, so I have been designing courses and all that for a very long time now. So guys, just follow the order and trust me, it will be very easy. You just need to match which topic has Sir taught from H.C. Verma, which topic has Sir taught from NCERT. And if you read after the class, come prepared for the next class. Trust me, nobody can stop you from, getting a very good rank in JEE 2023. And if you guys have a lot of doubts, please send in all those doubts via the doubt app, which is inside the Vedantu app itself. So when you download the Vedantu app, there is an option to ask your doubts, take a screenshot, chat with our doubt experts, and you can ask unlimited doubts from morning till night. And you can also get your solutions verified. You can also ask some conceptual doubts. You can also ask how to solve the problem, or you can also ask for hints. So that's within the doubt app. Now let's see how many of you can do this question. How many vectors can a vector be replaced by? You have a vector, and you replace it with another vector. Take a vector and replace it with another vector or vectors. So how many vectors do you think can a vector be replaced by? What are the max? Is there a limit to that? Come on. Oh, Kalyani, I hope you can do one thing. You can just replay a little bit and maybe it will work, and just check your internet connection. Just refresh. Ask others not to use your internet. Yeah. Some of you are saying B. Some of you, come on. Some of you are saying A. Some of you said D. Well, how many vectors can a vector be replaced by? 1, 2, 3. I feel you can replace it with many vectors, and that's infinity. Yep. You can replace it with 1 also. Actually, the word which is missing over here, how many maximum vectors can a vector be replaced by? That word maximum was missing. Okay. And I'll tell you why infinity. If I take this as my vector, I can write this vector as this vector plus this vector, triangle law of vector addition. I can also write this vector as, this black vector as this vector plus this vector. This is also fine. I can also write it as this vector plus this vector plus this vector plus this vector. You can see 4 vectors are there. I can also write it as this vector plus 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 this vector. So that way you can see you can split a vector into many vectors. Yep. So you can split it into many vectors. So that is what is the meaning of replacement. Replacement means when you take away that vector and bring in those other vectors, they should give you the same resultant as that of the original vector. Now that's what resolution means. Resolution means splitting of a vector. This means split a vector into other vectors. Now there are infinite possible ways. Okay, that process is called as a resolution of vectors. And what is that each vector called? Each vector is called as a component or a part of that vector. Yep, I hope this is clear. Venkata, don't spam. Everybody knows it. Yep. So basically, Laksha Prasadam, you can split a vector into as many vectors as you want. There is no limit on it. 1, 2, infinity, anything. Yep, correct. Now, talking about it a little bit more, it's not generally so good to split a vector into infinite vectors. But if you split a vector in a particular way, then it is very useful. Yes, Gokulesh, unit magnitude means 1. When you split a vector in such a way that the individual components are perpendicular to each other. Going back to the previous slide. Imagine I take this vector and I split it like this, like this and then like this. These are two components. This is component 1, this is component 2. They are not perpendicular. But I take this vector and maybe I split it like this and like this, such that these two vectors are perpendicular. So this component 1 and this component 2 are perpendicular to each other. Then I can use trigonometry, I can use Pythagoras, and I can use so many other properties which can make my problem simple. So understand, when I split a vector into small components such that they are all mutually perpendicular to each other, that is called as a rectangular component. That is called as a rectangular component. Understand this. Is everybody clear about this? Yep. Now let's see how many components can be there for a normal 3D space. In a 3D space, how many axes are there? How many axes are there in your normal 3D space? Come on guys, think about it. Yes, that's what we are doing, Googlish. How many? Yeah, very good, Riaz. There are 3 axes. Hello, Mrutyunjay. 3 axes. So if I take any random vector, at max in those 3 axes, I can get 3 components which are themselves perpendicular to each other. So any vector in 3D space, I can split it into 3 components and they are mutually perpendicular. That's why they are called as rectangular components. And you can see this vector is nothing but ax vector, a vector along x-axis plus vector along the z-axis plus the vector along the y-axis. That's going to give me back the original vector. You can see that once again. This vector, this big one, is something in x, something in z and something in y. That will give you, by law of polygon, it will give you start till end the original vector. So I've replaced this vector with 3 mutually perpendicular vectors, that's the x, y and the z components. I hope you remember this from our earlier lectures. These are nothing but called as components along x, component along y and component along z, and eventually you write the vector in this form. This vector is something I cap, something j cap, something k cap. Those somethings are the x, y and z components. Everybody clear? Oh well, Riaz, yes, you can have 4D, 5D planes also, but we do not study that in JEE, okay? That's a part of multi-dimensional universes. Yes, Riaz, I taught this in lecture 1. Yep. And you understood it that way. Yep. Thank you, VK Veera, for reminding me to drink water. Yep. Please have a look at this. Meanwhile, I'll just drink some water. Now, this is for 11th class. Hello Sakshi, hello Manjunath, welcome aboard. Now, let's split these vectors into components. Let's do this. Look at this vector. I feel we can split it into 2 components. How? One is something in x and the second one is something in y. This is the x component. If I call this vector as a, this will be the x component and this will be the y component. You can see, you can take this vector over here also and it will be one and the same thing. You can just shift or slide this vector over here, it doesn't matter. So you have split or broken this vector into two new vectors. It's very easy to visualize it. Yes, Sherlock, we don't have 4D vectors, okay, in JEE. Okay. Similarly, look at this vector. How are you going to split? You're going to split it into two components. Always, if a vector is here, split it like that. Split it. So you will see a vector being split like this and a vector being split like this. Okay. So if this is b vector, this is the bx component, this is the by component. Correcto? Now guys, think and tell me, the x component of this vector, will it be positive or negative of vector A? Is ax going to be positive or negative? Come on, quickly let me know in the chat box. Come on, think about it. Come on guys, think about it. X component is going to be positive. Y component is also going to be positive. Yes, because it's in the positive direction. Here, the b's x component will be positive, but the y component will be negative because it's in the negative direction. Correcto. Now, look at this. The vector itself is over here. So, what is the x component? The x component is this vector itself. The x component, okay, let me call this vector c maybe. Okay, the x component is the vector c itself. And guys, what is the y component? What do you think is the y component in this case? Come on, let me know. Come on, let me know. What is the y component of this c vector? Come on, let me know in the chat box. I'm reading all your chats. Yep. No, Wazim sir is going to be back. Heyman, don't worry. Yes, it's going to be 0. There is nothing in y. You don't have to split this. So cy is going to be 0. Yep, it's going to be 0. Correcto. Sangeeta, it's not going to be positive. Be careful. Understand this. This vector c was on the x-axis. So the x component itself is the vector c. But the y component, there is nothing in y. Understand that. Yeah, it's going to be 0. Similarly over here, for this vector d, you can see this is the x component and this is the y component. Y component is positive, x component is negative. That's how it is. That's how this works. Now, I'll give you a few more examples so that you get a hang of it. Let's say I draw a vector like this. I call this vector E. Come on guys, quickly tell me what is the x component of this vector. Come on, quickly tell me what is the Ex component of this vector going to be. Quickly let me know in the answer. Yes, chat box. Very good. It's going to be 0. There is nothing in x. And the y component? The y component is the vector itself. Yes, the y component is the vector itself. Great. Hello Jaya Surya, welcome aboard. Yep, that's how this works. So now you got a hang of how to split the vectors. Let's see what's the magnitude of these vectors. Now to get to magnitude of these vectors, please take a screenshot of this table. Very important table for all of you. Now there are only 2 extra angles that you have to learn. Other angles you already know. These are the extra angles that you need to know. 37 and 53, they are complementary of each other. Okay, so they are complementary of each other, like 30, 60, 0, 90 and all that. If you know any one, you will automatically know the other. Now, you might be confused, sir, how am I going to remember this 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 3 by 4? It's very confusing. So I'll give you a trick, guys. I'll give you a trick. Most of you know all the other angles. This angle you know, that this 30 you know, 45 you know, 60 you know, 90 you know. The trick is, remember this triangle. Which triangle? This 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3, 4, 5 triangle, guys. So just let me draw it. Okay, so 3. This is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. This is a Pythagorean triplet. This is a Pythagorean triplet. Now, 3, right? Opposite side 3, this is the angle. 3, 37. 37 starts with 3. So, opposite 3, 37 degrees. Naturally, this is 5, 3. You can see it's in order, right? 5, 3. So, 53 degrees. That's how you can remember it. 5, 3, 53. Opposite 3, 37. 37 starts with 3. Now you can get everything. Like for example, sine 37, 3 by 5, opposite by hypotenuse. Cos 53, so look at it, cos of 53, guys, look at that, what will happen? Adjacent by hypotenuse, so 3 by 5 again. Why have I taken 3, 4, 5? Prerna, when you actually draw 3, 4, 5 triangle and you measure the angles, it comes out to be 37 and 53. That's why 3, 4, 5. Or if you draw any 37, 90 and 53 degree triangle, then those sides are proportional to 3, 4, 5. Is that now clear? Is that now clear? Okay, I hope this is fine. I hope this is fine. Everybody is going to remember this magic triangle 3, 4, 5, and I have told you the way to remember it. Okay, so now how exactly do you find the components? Now there is a trick for that. Pay attention, this is very important. Very, very important. Yes. Yeah, correct, Shreyas, correcto. Very crucial. You draw any vector. Any vector. Let's say this is the angle theta. Okay, let's say this is the angle theta. Okay, and let's say this is having a length of a. It's having some length of a. Now we can split that vector into two components, right? I can split it into two components. This one and this one. This is ax, this is ay. Now, very simple thing. This theta is closer to ay or ax? Tell me, guys. Is this theta closer to ay or is it closer to ax? Let me know in the chat box. Prerna, I hope you understood why I took 3, 4, 5, because if you draw Prerna, please draw it in your notebook. 3, 4, 5. Take a protractor, measure it. When you measure it, you will see it is 3753. That's why. AY, correct. When whichever is closer is going to be cos. So this is going to be a cos theta. And whichever is farther is going to be sine. It is committed a sin by staying away. Now remember these words. Cos is pass. Cos, pass. In Hindi, pass means closer. It means closer in Hindi. Cos, pass, it's closer. And sine, okay, it is nothing but away. It has committed a sin. It committed a sin by staying away from it. That's how you're going to remember it. Is that clear? So Sagar, here it is. Whichever component is closer to the angle, whichever component is closer to the angle is cos, and whichever component is farther away, it has committed a sin, so that's a sine component. That's how you're going to remember. Is that clear? Yeah, yeah. In this situation, the y component is a cos theta, the x component is a sine theta. You can get this by trigonometry also. I mean, come on, do cos theta. What is cos theta, guys? Cos theta is adjacent. It's adjacent. Adjacent is ay by hypotenuse, which is a. So if you complete this triangle, you can see that. Cos theta is ay by a. And you can also see sine theta. Sine theta is opposite. Opposite is ax by a. So when you shift this a over here, you get this. And you shift this a over here, you get this. That's how you get it. Yep. Is that clear? Yep. Yep. Okay. Now I'll show you some more. Look at this. I draw another vector. Let's say this is 10. Let's say this is, I don't know, 20 degrees. So guys, think about it and tell me, is this going to be 10 cos 20 or is it going to be 10 sine 20? Quickly tell me. I'm going to split it into two components. This one and this one. Quickly tell me, is this going to be 10 cos 20 or sine 20? Come on, guys. It's closer. Pass, cos, pass. So, cos. This is farther away, committed a sin. So, this is sine. So, 10 sine 20. You got it. Perfecto. That's how cos and sine works. Okay, let's do one more so that you get a hang of this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now this is, let's say, I don't know, 30 units. And let's say this is, I don't know, maybe whatever, let's say 75 degrees. Example. I will first split it into two components. One component here, other component here. Guys, what is the x component going to be? Quickly tell me. 30 what 75. 30 what 75 degrees. Come on, quickly. 30. Oh, be careful. It's far away. It's far away. Sine. So it's 30 sine 75. Yeah, 30 sine 75. This angle is closer to this component, cos, pass, closer. So this is going to be 30 cos 75 degrees. That's how this works. Very good, Shimbak. Cool it. Now we are focusing on this session. Everybody got confidence how to get components? Let's do this question. Yes, let's do this question. Are you guys ready now to solve questions? Yep. Are you guys confident now? We are going to solve few questions so that you are going to get more confidence. Trust me guys, you stay with me. I'll make sure you guys understand physics easy peasy. It will be lemon squeezy. But if you do not follow my methods, if you do not follow my techniques, and if you use your own mind, and if you want to study from 100 different channels, then I cannot guarantee you anything. Okay, let's do this. Resolve a force of 10 Newton into two components if it acts at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Let's do this. Okay, so there is a force of 10 Newton and it acts, okay, it acts at an angle of 30 degrees with horizontal. This is my horizontal, okay, and this is my vertical. Let's just take for simplicity, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Sign convention, this is x, that's y. Okay, let's split this apart and see what do we get. Okay, first of all, I can split it something over here and something over here. Quickly tell me, is this going to be cos or sine, the horizontal one? Is it going to be cos or sine, guys? Quickly let me know in the chat box. Come on, think about it and tell me, is this horizontal one going to be cos or sine? Yes, it's going to be cos. It's closer. Correcto. And this one, it's far away. You can see this side is far away from that angle. So that's going to be sine. What is sine 30? Sine 30 is half. So 10 into half is 5. And what is this? Root 3 by 2. 2 and 10 gets cancelled. So 5 root 3. Oh, there we get both the components. Hence, the force is 5 root 3 I cap. 5 root 3 I cap. And what is this? Plus 5 J cap Newton. That's my final answer. Everybody getting this? That's how you resolve the forces. Yep. You have split this up. You have split. Do not add this. That will be stupidity. 5 root 3. This is I. This is 5 J. I goes with I. J gets added with J only. Very good. Okay. Yes, Ayushman, please do that. If you have missed a vector addition, my class, then please you need to watch that. Without that, you might not be able to get vector subtraction. Excellent. Let's do this question. Looks difficult, but trust me, you are Shreyas Sir student, you are my warrior. Probably not. Let's do this. Question is, if there are forces F1, F2, F3, and the question is, what is the total force in the x direction? In the x direction. Let's do this. Okay. Let's split each force. Okay. F2 will have, or let's start with F1. F1 will have two components. Guys, will you be worried about the x component or will you be worried about the y component for this question? Come on, quickly tell me. Come on, think about it. Okay, come on. Will you be worried about the x or the y? Anjana says both. No guys, I feel you should be worried only about the x, because the question says what is the total force in the x direction. Remember, whatever happens in y, they might add, subtract only in y, but nothing will affect x. X will be affected by x, y will be affected by y. Understand this concept first. Okay, so I'm not bothered. I don't care about the y component. Quickly tell me, what is the x component of F1? What is the x component of F1? Will it be cos 60 or sin 60? F1, what is F1? 2. Will it be cos 60 or will it be sin 60? Come on, think about it. The x component, yes, it will be cos 60 because it is closer. You can see that, closer. So cos, pas, rhymes together. Cos 60 is half, so 2 into half, which is 1 Newton. Great. Now think about F2's x component. F2 is this one. The x component, well, this one. The y, I'm not bothered. What will be F2's x component? F2, 4 cos 30 or sin 30, come on, think about it. Cos 30 or sin 30, this green line. No, not sin, be careful, cos. Veena, Sangeeta, be careful. This angle is closer. If you take the y component, the y is far away from that angle. Far is sin, close, cos, pas, rhymes. Pas means near in Hindi. Okay, so that's going to be cos 30, but be careful, this is minus. Why is this minus? Because look at the arrow mark, it's towards the left side. Yes, it's left side. Yep, that's how it is. And what is this going to be? Cos 30 root 3 by 2, 2 gets cancelled, so minus 2 root 3 Newton. Yep, that's how it is. Everybody clear about this? Everybody clear about this? Yep. And the last one, F3x. What is F3x going to be? Think about it. F3 is here, the x component of F3. F3 is here. When you split, there will be two components, one here, one there. What's that going to be? It's going to be positive for sure because it's in the positive direction. It will be F3, which is 6, and cos 30 or sin 30. Come on, quickly tell me. Yes, now this time it's going to be sin 30. Beautiful. So sin 30 is half, so it will be 3 Newton. Now the last step is the total force in the x direction. The total force in the x direction will be this force plus this force plus this force. All are there. All of them are in 1D. So it will be 1 minus 2 root 3 plus 3, which is 4 minus 2 root 3. Yep, Newton. That's the answer. That's it. Did you guys get it? Yep. Oh, Riaz, I think you made a mistake, bacha. Sin 30 is half, not root 3 by 2. Be careful. This is not 3 root 3. This is 3. Okay. Yes. That's how you solve. Understood how do we add, subtract vectors by resolution. So guys, we have done addition, we have done subtraction, I have taught you resolution, I have taught you unit vectors. Now the only thing left is multiplication. Multiplication is what we are going to do next lecture. Oh, by the way, these are your two homework questions, this one and this one. Okay, these are your two homework questions and you need to post it in the comment section below. And like you can see, when you post it below, I'm going to read it out. Who and all have, posted it in the comments. Like a lot of you posted the comments below over here, like Pushpanjali, Sridat, Aishwarya, well, Boladala has asked some question. Don't worry, I'll do it. I'll do reply to you. But he says your way of teaching is excellent. Thank you so much. And Chiranjeevi, yes, I'm taking care of my health. Thank you so much. And Sudarshan, Akshar, and Mrudul, and Lipika, and Avantika, and Dr. Harsh, and Shivani, and Harsh, Hari Sudhan, and Subhanjini, Prem, Selva Kumari, Kamlesh, SD Express, Suchi Mamak, Art, Kirti Haran, Risky Warrior. Oh my god, what a name, Risky. I don't know what is very crazy name out there. Okay, so these are your two homework questions. This is one and this is the second homework question. Okay, so remember the pro subscription link is also there in the description box. My micro courses of 11th, 12th are also available. Okay, and if it is not available, don't worry, it will be available soon. I am teaching in the pro subscription too. Also, there are English batches separate and Hindi batches separate, and there are special micro courses for KVPY, CBSE, and other competitive exams like Olympiads. Remember, after every few weeks, you're going to have tests with assessment and reports and analysis, along with discussions and assignments with their solutions, and the booklet which will be couriered to you, both hard copy and soft copy. Now all of this, I feel, as a combined package is one-stop solution such that you don't have to go anywhere, and it's at a very good price for 2 years. Yeah, look at the price, 54,000, 2-year price. This is again classic version, 75,000 for 2 years, and this is a plus version. So what's the difference? In plus version you get a personal mentor who will be guiding you, and in the classic version you additionally get the doubt solving facility, and in the light version you get everything else. Okay, but these are the two added things. Most of the people go for classic or plus, and many people always want to try it out for 1 month. So guys, if you want to try it out for 1 month, go ahead, 4,950 or 3,600 or 6,750. Go try it out for 1 month and use my coupon code so that you get the discount, and if any problem happens then you can contact me. Okay, so that's the advantage of using the coupon. I can interfere and if there's some problem and all that. And if you love it, continue. If you don't love it, it's okay. You can definitely continue watching my lectures on YouTube, or you can watch it elsewhere either. Okay, so Manipal exam is approaching. I know that, Abhinav. Yep. Bye bye, Lipika. Yes, Samir, I have eye problem. Doctor has advised me not to on time. Oh, Samir, do watch my lecture on how to take care of eyes. I have got a special guest on our channel just few weeks back. His name is Dr. Vineet Joshi. Watch that lecture. You can see the eye exercises and the treatments for eye when you are exposed to any kind of devices. So watch that lecture. I'm pretty sure it's going to be helpful. Hey, well, okay. Bye bye, Ojasvi. Bye bye, Tarun. Bye bye, VK Veera. Bye bye. Take care. No, Vishwa, this is JEE channel. So obviously this is JEE portion. But the portions for JEE and NEET are almost the same. Okay. Chalo guys. Bye bye. I know Aditya, 12th board has been cancelled. Enjoy, take care, Samir, and do not forget to hit the like button down there in case you have forgotten to do so, and do join the Telegram channel to get all the PDFs. And if you have forgotten to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button there. Okay, bye bye, hasta la vista. This was Shreyas here, your master teacher for physics.